So we are at the MWNW hackathon at the Kung Fu conference. I am with Robert. Would you like to introduce yourself for people that don't know you?
Yeah, sure. Name's Robert Giggey. I'm the open data lead with the City of Ottawa.
So this is quite interesting that the city of Ottawa is at the MWNW hackathon at Kung Fu in Montreal, and you came here to talk about something that you call Apps for Ottawa. So I would like you to introduce people to what is this contest.
Yeah, so the Apps for Ottawa contest is a way to get people excited about open data and to use open data. And so the contest is with prize money and incentives. It's a way to create awareness for developers to learn about what the contest, about what open data is about, and start developing on it and filling up our app galleries. So I think part of it is getting, for developers to know that the cities do have a lot of data that can be used, that can be built and added to applications to make them more useful. So,
good. And the contest is it not just for Ottawa this year?
Yeah, no, that's one of the big things. So we're allowing any resident of Canada to participate in the contest, and a big part of that was to allow. We have right across the river from us is the city of Gatineau. And so a lot of people work on one side and live on the other, or vice versa. So if they're taking the bus, it does them no good to have an app that tells them what bus it takes to get across the river, but not all the way home or not all the way to work. Or if somebody's looking up, they want to go biking and they're looking at the cycling routes, or they want to go to a park, it's much better if they're able to see all of the parks in the area, not just within the city of Ottawa limits. So encouraging residents from the city of Gatineau is important. But with that, the cities of Vancouver, Montreal, Toronto, Edmonton, Calgary, all these cities have a lot of talented developers there. So we wanted to make sure they were included and could participate for not only for the benefits of residents of Ottawa, but it's very likely that any app they create for the contest, they'll be able to reuse for all these other cities. So even though they're building it specifically for the city of Ottawa in this contest, once they're out there, it'll be very easy for them to tweak it and use it for other cities.
Yeah, and what is really nice is that the contest is mainly around open data. And to be totally honest with you, I'm a bit surprised to see the city of Ottawa. So it's not an organization, it's not a company, it's really the city that decide, I think it's the second year, that decide to do a contest around open data. So would you like to explain us a little more like the involvement around open data from the city of Ottawa?
Yeah, well, that's really it. So apart from the contest, the contest just serves as a way to really utilize open data. And open data, the reason Ottawa is doing it, and a lot of cities are getting into it, is in a way it just makes sense. So if you don't call it open data, but you just think of the way the web works today, you want content to link to other content. And the analogy I sometimes use for inside the city is if you're running a movie theater and you have a great website and you can look for movies and dates, that's great. But if you're not also showing up in other sites like Google, then you're not going to be able to compete with the others. So in the city context, there's lots of activities to do in the city. We have recreational facilities. So if you want people to come to your swim classes, to your swim times versus hotels or the university pools, you want to make sure your swim times are showing up somewhere else. Or likewise with books from the library. If somebody's doing a search for books and reviews and it shows you can buy them at Amazon or Chapters, it would be great to have Ottawa Public Library, the books to show up there, and then you're on your phone and it shows you it's 2 kilometers away, and you can hit the reserve button because it's tied to your account. So whether it's called open data or not, that's almost like a buzzword for government. It's a thing that they can latch onto, but the concept is just the way the web is going. So it gets back at the reason for the contest is just a way to promote open data. And the development of apps isn't the only part of open data, but it's certainly a key way for the city to, one, save money from not having to develop all this stuff, but two, provide better services. So if you're looking up restaurant reviews and you see it's 4 stars, but the restaurant inspection results are right there and you can see whether it's done good or not, and you don't have to go find the government website to where those results are, that's giving you the information that we want you to have. It's empowering you. It's making restaurants be more careful, make sure they're doing very well on their reviews, because it's showing up where people are actually looking. So it's better service, better information, and in some cases we're generating revenue or saving money. So if people are signing up for our rec programs, if we fill the programs up with 10 people for a class instead of 2 people, our costs are the same, but our revenues are gone up, which means more revenue for the city to use for other programs. So to be quite honest, a big driver for this is just, in a way, that's the way the web works. It's an opportunity that we can't, I don't think municipal governments can not go forward with open data.
I'm totally impressed. I really like the fact that you're talking about it's the way the web it's working, it's the way the web is going, sharing data, doing things for the citizen. I really think that it's a great idea. We said before that it's not the first edition. Can you share who was the winner, what kind of application, or what kind of application that people did last year, just to give an idea to people that would like to participate this year?
Yeah, so we ran it in 2010, 2011 when we first opened the catalog, again, to let people know that we were doing it, get them interested. And so we only had 20 data sets, but we were completely blown away with the submissions. We had 90 plus submissions. We were expecting maybe 30, and 90 was probably about 40 more than any other city had for their competitions. And these ranged from, they're based on our categories, but they ranged from apps that tells you when the bus is coming based on live GPS data, tells you where the skating rink is, apps for your phones that tells you where the exact swim times are, to dog park finders. There's a great site, Dog Park Finder, and if you're a dog owner, it shows you where all the designated dog parks on the city. Users can rate the parks for friendliness and cleanliness, and it's something that the city would never do. We're never going to put out a dog park finder specifically map. There's too many maps that we could create, let alone allow people to comment on them and rate cleanliness. But it's a great service for dog owners. We also had libraries, finding libraries. We had not only individual apps, but people just using our data in apps that already existed. So some of the great ones were around things to do in the city. So there's a website, Couch Assassin, and they show stuff that's going on in the music scene, theaters, and the city runs theaters, and we have different cultural events. So they didn't create an app for us, but they started adopting our data and pulling it in, which is available, as an XML feed. So it was quite easy. So that's definitely another area that we want to explore, is encouraging those with apps already and with websites, from the big websites that are out there down to people with small blogs, is not necessarily creating an own app just on open data for the city of Ottawa, but incorporating our data. So if you're making an app to help you find ways to get around the city for a taxi or traveling with the train, then also incorporate our bus data. Or if you're looking at things to do, incorporate some recreational library stuff. So.
Yeah, this is amazing. Most of the time when people think about open data, they think about creating something totally new. So it's good to just use the data and just add more possibility or more features to any existing apps. So I'm going to say it again, I'm really impressed. I'm really happy to see these kind of initiative coming from city inside of Canada. So it's pretty good. This is amazing. The kind of application that goes out of these contests or of hackathons that are open data. So again, really happy to see the city of Ottawa doing this. One last thing, for people that would like to participate, that would like to get more information about it, where can we find information about this contest?
Yep. So you just go to apps for Ottawa, the number 4, appsforottawa.ca, and it has all the information from the prize money that we're offering up. We're offering up $38,000 in prizes. And to the categories, the period, right now, we've launched the idea submission. We're asking the public to submit their ideas on what apps people should be built. They can vote on apps. So when the developers get there, submission period starts in 2 weeks, March 11th. And when they get there, they can see some of the highest rated ideas, and perhaps those are the ones that they decide to build on. But you go to that website and it has all the information you need, including contact information if people want to follow up with the city.
Amazing. For the people that are going to watch this video, it's not going to be the first thing. It's not going to be the only video that we're going to do about this, or the only blog post, because Microsoft is a sponsor. We really believe around everything that is around open data. So you're gonna learn more about this contest, and I'm really hoping to see the apps that people are going to build for the contest. So thanks for your time, and I may participate to the apps for Ottawa.
Definitely should, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right, thank you.